Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a super fun VR. Well, I mean, all of the VRs have been very fun, but this one is like right up my alley, which is music. And so this is a VR to Space Between the Notes, which I love. It's so cool. And the hashtag is music and cards. He has 4 questions, and it's dealing with music and archetypes and cards and things like that. So if you're not like musically inclined, you probably want to skip this video because this is like a whole like music nerd out. So as an opera singer, this is like, oh my gosh, so fun and so right up my alley is to be mixing couple of my favorite loves, which is cards and opera singing. Yes! So question number 1 says, what do you think is the connection between music, cards, emotion, archetypes, etc.? So for me, the cards, the tarot cards, 78 tarot cards, they're all different representations of aspects of the human experience. You know, we all have our ups, we have our downs, we experience you know, all sorts of the major arcana plus all of the minor arcana in between. You know, it really is the human journey, and many of us experience that journey multiple times throughout our lifetimes. And I think that's, you know, kind of part of being human and learning and being here on Mother Gaia on Earth, and then taking that back with us, you know, wherever we came from, source energy, you could say, wherever our spirits go back to, and we take all this learning abroad, and then maybe, you know, I believe in reincarnation, so, you know, we go into the next lifetime. But, you know, the 78 tarot cards are really good at showing the different aspects of the human experience, and I think that's why a lot of people like to use tarot cards for healing and psychology work, because it really is representing things that we all go through. It doesn't matter if, you know, this is the 1600s or the year 2050, you know, we all have the same, you know, we've been going through the same stuff since time immemorial, you know, and I just knocked something over. But it's like, you know, the technology changes, our clothing changes, our settings change, our accents change, but how we experience things will never change. And I believe that, you know, music, whether you're composing a beautiful piece of work where it's without words, or you're a vocalist, or you're, you know, however it is that you're expressing your music, music is just an expression of what we're going through. So whether it has words or not, again, it's just an expression of the human experience. And so maybe one piece may not have all 78, you know, types of tarot cards in it, but definitely you could pull a card that would represent that, you know, what the message was coming through in that piece of music. And just like tarot cards, people can get different messages from the same piece of music. Like, let's say, I don't know, let's just pick a, like, get out of the classical and opera, and we'll take the Rolling Stone song "Paint It Black." For some people, that could be a really uplifting song, and other people, it's like, yeah, fight the power, you know, kind of song. And other people might be really depressed when they hear that song, but everybody's getting something different from it. But it's the exact same song, the exact same words, the exact same notes. So just like tarot cards, you can grab a card, and although it's the exact same tarot card with the exact same meaning, people interpret it differently based on their experience. And so such is music, you know, and our emotions. Our emotions are all kind of tied into all of that. So, all right, now comes the fun part. Yay! Question number 2 said to pick a card and match a piece of music to it. And then in question number 3 is to pick a piece and then match a card to it. And then we'll talk about the connections in question 4 after doing this. I think maybe once on Instagram, I may have sung a little bit, but I've always promised you guys I would sing. And although I sing professionally, I've sung out of the country, I've sung, you know, all over San Diego. I've sung in front of many people, I've sung in small groups of people. I get kind of nervous singing, like I have a little bit of stage fright. The first card, or yeah, it was pick a card and choose a piece of music. I pulled a card from the Victorian Romantic Tarot, And the card that was chosen was the Queen of Swords. So somebody who's very in her power. She knows how to get what she wants. And she will not stop until she gets it. So I figured the piece that was appropriate for that, as I pull out of my music book here, Le mot est à oiseau rebelle, which is from the opera Carmen, and that has to be one of my favorite operas of all time. I know the entire freaking score to Carmen, and I know every aria of Carmen's in there. I've sung them at recitals and different venues, but I think the Habanera is one of my favorite pieces. So I will just sing one of the verses for you guys. I'll not sing the whole song and like bore everybody, because obviously there's no background music or anything. This is all a cappella. So maybe I'll stand, because I sing better when I'm standing. I guess I'll sing that for you guys, and then I'll do another song with, and then choose a card that goes with that song, and then we'll talk about the connections, like why did I choose these pieces for these particular cards. And I think this is fun for you guys to do, because we all have different tastes in music. And for me, I really connect to opera. I mean, I love all types of music. I like everything from like hip hop, reggaeton, I like alternative, I like R&B, I like rock, I like metal, I like house music and dance and opera. I like classical. I'll just like everything. Yeah, so okay, give me just a moment. Qui ne peut apprivoiser, et c'est bien avant qu'on l'appelle, celui qu'on vient de refuser. En effet, manance ou prière, le palamion, l'autre, c'est l'autre que je préfère. Il n'a rien dit, mais il m'appelait l'amour, 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 l'amour. Les morts étant fond du bohème, ils n'ont jamais connu de loi. C'est qu'une mamie m'a pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. C'est tu n'aimes pas, si tu n'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aimais, prends garde à toi. Oh my gosh, I'm singing for you guys. And I'm sorry, some of these arias I haven't sang in quite some time, so, and I've been teaching all day, so like my voice maybe isn't the best right now, but I'm just trying to give it my best. Okay, so the next question was to choose a piece and then connect a card to it. So one of my fave pieces is, well, the aria is Sein war wieder gut, and it's from Ariadne auf Naxos, and that's from Richard Strauss. And so that's the music there, and it is a very like upbeat, crazy, and it's considered a pants role. So it's meant for a female to sing, but she's a male in the opera. So it's meant for a female voice, but it's a male character. And so this is the composer, and usually it's just called the composer, this piece. But the composer is like, well, I'll get into it when we get into question 4, like how I made these connections. But this is just a really fast, really like powerful, I think, song. And so the card that I chose for that actually comes from my Tarot de Fuego, and I thought that since this is a very fiery song, I needed to choose from a very fiery deck. And the card that I chose is the Justice card. So I like that there's a lion, there's fire, there's, you know, all sorts of stuff happening there, and that there needs to be a balance of things, in which I'll get into in the next question on why I think that is the best connection for this song. So give me a moment and I will get some crazy German for you guys. Here we go, Sein war wieder gut. And if you speak German out there, please let me know if my German is starting to falter again and I need to brush up on my German. Same for my French. Okay. Sein war wieder gut, ich sehe jetzt alles mit anderen Augen.
Die Tiefen des Daseins sind unermesslich, mein lieber Freund, es gibt manches auf der Welt, das lässt sich nicht sagen. Die Dichter unterlegen ja recht gute Worte, recht gute. Jedoch, 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 Mord ist in mir, mein Freund, die Welt ist lieblich und nicht verstehlich dem Mutigen. Was ist denn Musik? Musik ist eine heilige Kunst zu versammeln alle Arten von Macht, wie Cherubim und eilen strahlender Traum, und darum ist sie die heilige dunkelten Kunsten, die heilige Musik.
And that's what Wally had to say. Hey, oh my gosh, we are already losing daylight and it is almost like 4:30. Okay, so let me hurry up and get this finished. So this is question number 4. What do you get from making the connection? Okay, so from Carmen and the Habanera, I had chosen the card, the Queen of Swords, and the reason I chose the Habanera to match this particular card is because Carmen is relentless, especially at the beginning of the opera. She has her sights set on this guy in the military, and she will not stop until he puts her fire out, so to speak. And the whole time the guy is like, no, 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 like I don't want anything to do with you. I got a fiance, and the fiance is like this totally like sweet girl, and then Carmen's seen as this like lusty, always dressed in red, and she wants this guy. It's like, I don't give two craps that you have a fiance, like I want you, I don't care. Eventually, in the opera, he does give in and he does want Carmen. But there's, she realizes that, she grows up a little bit, she adults a little, and then decides that, maybe he wasn't what she actually wanted. Like she just liked being the Queen of Swords. She just liked like conquering and winning the game and being able to get what she wants, but she realized that maybe that's not for her, and she ends up finding this other guy who she likes and who ends up liking her as well, and he wants to marry Carmen. And so she's like trying to get this soldier guy to like, hey, you know what, maybe you go back to your fiance. And then he's like, no, I want you. And so unfortunately the opera ends tragically, and this is not really a spoiler alert since this opera is like pretty old. You guys need to go see it. But he decides that if he can't have Carmen, nobody should be able to have Carmen. And so he does end up killing Carmen. And the guy that, Carmen was eventually going to run off with ends up killing the guy that killed Carmen as, getting revenge. And some people believe that's like, well, that's what you get for, breaking up happy couple. And some people think that it's just tragic, because she had finally seen that what she was doing is maybe wrong. Maybe you don't go like chasing after guys that already have like a girl, and just trying to like score or win or whatever she was trying to do. But, I really feel that, as this tarot card being an archetype of how we are, and you can see this card in many different ways, and there's many different pieces of music which also represent how we see the world, or how different composers or whatever see the world. That particular piece I think best goes with this, and of course that could be argued with many other pieces, but for me, and since this is always on a person-by-person basis, that's who I think connects. Next one, where we had to choose a piece and then a card to go with it, and since I really love the composer's aria from Ariadne auf Naxos, I really thought, you know, in the composer, this pants roll, there's something going on in the government at the time, and this composer is fighting to keep music alive, you know, in the community, because they're deciding, you know, that money and things, resources are best spent in other areas like in military and things like that. And the composer, although in a crazy way and gets kind of crazy in the song, is like, you know, we need music, we need that to balance, we need the arts to kind of, you know, balance things out. You know, we can't have all military, all war all the time and like nothing over here. Like we need the left and the right brain basically, and to me that is justice. That's that balance, but also it's like, you know, like we need this. This isn't just temperance balance, but this is justice. Like you can't just eliminate something that's been so, it's a part of all of us. All of us love and need music, and that's what the composer is fighting for. You know, the composer says, you know, like, was ist denn Musik? So what is this music? Music is, you know, going on talking about it's heavenly. It's this beautiful thing. We need this, and so, albeit this composer is kind of nutty, it does something for this person. This person's just trying to convey that it does for a lot of people. It does a lot of things, is what music does. And so that's why I chose those cards. I thought this was a really fun VR and a very fun tag, and I hope that more of you guys jump in on this. I'm not saying everybody has to sing, but since my forte is opera, of course I was gonna sing. I know it probably wasn't like professional grade quality right now after a long day of school and finals, and I'm probably just making excuses. Maybe one day, I don't know, I'll have somebody put this on here for you guys when I'm actually like all in like professional mode. All right, so that's it for me, spiritual homies. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell for more videos just like this. And definitely go check out Space Between the Notes. He's got a brand new channel and he's doing really well, so help that homie out with more subscribers and all of that. All right, so if you guys would like to catch a reading with me, you can always go down into the information box below, and I have different types of readings and jewelry on my Etsy shop, but I also have just readings on my website. So I'll catch you spiritual homies later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.